omen in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the abundance of thine enchantments.
And the Lord is giving like previews in this time that we're in. Alright? The biggest preview being this pandemic, dealing with the CV19. You could tell it was night and day. Because I remember being at work on the plantation and talking to, the individuals I work with. And I actually remember it well. One girl was just like, what? We're really going to be closing? Like, I can't believe people are actually taking it serious kind of thing. So everyone was kind of like
Nonchalant.
and then boom, pandemic. Right
And
now,
everyone was shitting their pants in public.
and even that same girl, actually, I spoke to her recently, and she's like, she's gonna take the vaccine. So it just shows you, like, she said, I can't believe they're actually taking it serious. But now, that same girl is taking a whole ambiguous serum into her being. So that shows you that these things can just happen like that in a moment, alright? Even with the thing that happened over there with the ransomware.
Yeah, shit's hilarious. I was watching a video on that just before I came up. I only watched part of it.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, they weren't, like, 3 years ago, it was highlighted that there was security breaches, and apparently in 8th grade they could have got in. And I was like, oh wow. So they were just shitting it. It's like with Boris Johnson, they said like his password or his phone number or something was on a public site for multitude of years. There was other places where like the password was password, then they got hacked. And it's just like,
Well,
you see, that shows you how this place is held up by fucking, glue and blue tack and fucking sellotape, man.
But then even with that said, like, even I gotta take that with a grain of salt, because I'm like, how do you know that? That's like plausible deniability. Like, it's kind of like, oh yeah, negligence on our part. So now we need to implement severe measures.
Yeah,
Because it sounds like more like you fucking guys are retards. But
no,
now,
but that's actually Esau's kingdom anyway.
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
everything runs, this shit is off the cuff, man. They're basically just making shit up as they go along.
yeah,
A lot of the shit, they'll just kind of shit will happen, and they'll just kind of like spin it one way, spin it this way. Because Esau, he likes to think of himself as a mastermind, but it's not his plan. This is the Lord's plan. Esau's been trying to get certain things in for a while, but hey, the Lord, it's in the Lord's time. It's about the elect being sealed. It's about what his in his time. And that's why it's like with these things that happen, it's like them guys. It's like that ransomware shit. Like they paid the $5 million as well.
yeah.
So that just.
But that's
from
why
that,
I'm saying
I was like, these guys are really.
it doesn't make sense to me.
The shit was a wreck.
Because, like, what do they say? The first thing dealing with a ransom is to never. We don't negotiate with terrorists, basically. So they negotiated with them. They actually paid it, and they said, I read the article I read, they were saying that this is now it's incentivized hacking these different things, basically. So if now you're going to have a big wave of different hackers, now this means that you're going to have to need a greater level of a greater level of cyber security. But hey, it's what it is, man.
And they said it was apparently a Russian group as well.
Yeah, Eastern European, Russian, yeah.
That's especially with the Ukraine situation as well, as it is another incentive to for conflict to arise. Yeah, that's why it's like we'll see where it goes. So Isaiah 47:10, it says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me." Yeah, that wisdom says what knowledge puffeth up. That's Esau's, because he's able to pull things off, get away with shit. He really is feeling himself. It's been a little season, a little 500-year stint he's been doing, where he's been able. He's like, yo, the Lord really ain't judging us for this. So he's been emboldened. But what? It's those things. It's you're not gonna it's not unrecorded, man. The tally's being kept of your crimes, man. The notebook is filled. You're not just gonna get away scot free. That's really what, and that's the Edomite spirit, man. The Edomite mindset. Now in this modern time, they're just trying to pretend like nothing went down. Just like, look, can't we just all get along? Nigga talking about can't we just all get along? When motherfuckers getting along on the West Coast till Esau came up in there and fucked the shit up. Man, you utilized. He was like, oh, okay, these men are selling man to me. I was like, I'll take that. Why don't you go in there and say, no, this is wrong? Give me a fucking break. That's why it's all this shit. I'm like, bruv, all this so-called social justice. Everyone having a bleeding heart for every issue. My nigga, look at. There's bigger fish to fry. Niggas like, you using a plastic bag. Why don't you use a reusable cup?
Well, they're still charging plastic. They didn't stop producing plastic bags.
My nigga, please, man.
So that shows you the hypocrisy.
It's all about making money, man. Yeah. All these things, it's like there's always a price tag at some point. Within there, you're gonna find a price tag, man. That's why this BLM, all that so-called, black people, we care. Everyone was feeling boosted up. That boosted up her free mentions, man. Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. A mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Yeah, suddenly. That's why it's like America's gonna be duppied in an hour. In 1 hour, all of it's gonna be turned to an absolute wasteland. That's the swiftness with how it's gonna come. That's why it's within the Lord's time. Because everything, it's just like with the lockdown. That shit came in quick. From February, it was like, oh, it's kind of spreading around the globe. Oh shit, we might have to bang. Everything's locked down.
That's how it's looking with the India thing, did you say?
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like.
Well, I wasn't saying with the India thing. I was saying in general. But with the India thing, it's like they're looking to just lock it down again, and that's the emotional whiplash that people are already under. They're gonna be fucking done, mate.
They're gonna be people.
Because people are they're already finished, they're already broken and crumbled. Just like you said with the girl where she said she's gonna take it. They're taking it.
She ain't even in this country, She's back in her homeland,
Eastern Europe. Yeah, but that's why it's like with everyone they're broken. They just want to enjoy the goodly, pleasant things of the earth. That's all they want to do. Can they go to a beach? Well, you've been enjoying them, man. And now's the time of judgment. Now's the time of the end, man. Enjoy it. Because that's the thing. It's like the Lord is no respect for a person. The Lord really don't give a flying fuck as far as for what your desires are, man. When Yahushua didn't want to have to go up on the cross, he asked, is there some other way? But he had to go through with it. Now it's
no answer. Which was the answer?
Yeah. Then things played out how they played out. It's just like, Yahushua stayed the course.
Angel come to him.
And actually, angel come and strengthen
comfort him.
Comfort him, yeah. So that's why things played out, and you have to make do. Now it's that time of trouble. And now you people in the world should be prepared, man. Y'all been loving the Saw films. You've been loving the Purge films. You've been loving all these movies about these post-apocalyptic. You love some Terminator. You love the Matrix. You love all that shit's bare entertaining. Well, it's just happening now, bruv. You should be hella entertained, man.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Now you're gonna get to do bullet time in real life.
Yeah, man. And then you get to crumble, man. That's them men in Palestine, shit, they're hella entertained right now.
Hey, that's just coming to the coast of the UK, man. You got Marines over here in the UK. Alright, Tony Stark. A nigga jumping off a fucking speedboat. Tony Stark jumping off a speedboat and landing on a fucking I can't. When it's like, I just know, man, it's gonna be crazy. You're gonna have drones. Even that movie I told you about, I mentioned Entrapment. Basically, in the movie they had drones, so you're gonna have drone fucking animals, yeah. And remember, they're showing a little dog one. That's the one they're showing now, yeah. But they ain't showing the actual. I don't know if you remember, there was the big one. They'll kick him, boom.
Yeah.
Like the tonk one.
Yeah.
Looking like
that
a fucking
that big one.
Yeah.
The one they were kicking was
No, that was the original one they showed back in like '09, '10,
Yeah.
'11.
Okay, yeah.
But now
there
they
was
showed
one,
a little dog.
Yeah, there was
and they
one.
kick it.
There was one they made that was made like as a spoof though. Like the one they were kicking over and it just gets a gun and kills them all.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm not
Okay, it's
talking
not
about
that
that.
one.
I'm
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about like they're the big one. They'll kick it and they fall over before. Then they slowly progressively, they'll kick it and they maintain this stance. They still got that one, the Boston Dynamics. They still got that.
They've been working.
They got that one, but the one they're showing you now is a little dog, the nice looking one. Then they got the humanoid one that can do backflips and balance. Listen, the entities that are gonna be, the Lord said it. Let me read that actually in the book of Luke. Should it be fire? Listen,
Shall be a fire kindled and
it's gonna be getting
what will I
hella
actually already
active, man.
kindled?
And you know what? It's funny because I'm gonna upload this. I was meant to upload it a while ago. My favorite fucking X-Men scene, I love it, man, is Days of Future Past, the intro with the Sentinels. That shit is so. Oh my lord, that shit just. It's funny because it's not funny. Well, it's funny in two ways, because that's what Esau stands to. That's what he wants to do. He wants to hunt us down. But then guess what? We're gonna turn into the Sentinels afterwards. You had the Sentinels in the Matrix. You had the Sentinels in X-Men. We're gonna turn into the Sentinels where it's like wherever you throw at us, we can take it. We're gonna hunt you down. As we read this first, and then I'll read that afterwards. Actually, 'cause that opening scene is a bad boy scene, man. The terror that the mutants felt. It's crazy. Which scripture was I gonna read? I just said it. Not Jeremiah. Fire kindled. Luke 8, Luke 12, and 34, 34 or something like that. Or 20. 33, I think.
Yeah, man, they're doing pro-Palestine
Yeah.
protests, London, Madrid, France.
Oh, 49. Luke 12 and 49. I am come to send fire on the earth. So Yahweh Shai said he's come to bring fire on the earth. Alright, not at that time. At that time he was come to bring sinners unto repentance. Alright? The Lord basically came as a man and look what they did to the Lord. The Lord came as a man and they basically killed him. Alright? That's why he said this time around he's not going to meet thee as a man. I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it be already kindled? Yes, so the fire is going to be kindled prior to the Lord making his arrival upon the earth. Alright? So when you see all them movies, like I said, that movie, Bloody X-Men, a beautiful opening scene. And them, this is the time we're moving into. You're going to have drones flying around. Alright, look, you know, I'm speaking as a man, alright? You could have drones flying around. You could have these you have all form of robot drones out here doing their bidding, basically. All right. And even they said one of the things they said as well. You can have personalized robots in your house, like iRobot as well. But then you're gonna have all that. Then you have military personnel with fucking exoskeletons flying through the air, having times and multiplying their strength. Man, the Lord give us a portion. Lord give us a portion, man. Go toe to toe with them fools, man. Do some Muay Thai kicks, knees, and break man in two and shit. Pull that off exoskeleton. I'm getting excited, man.
Yeah, that's how the Lord's gonna exalt his men.
Exalt his men, man.
That's
That'd be
the
nice.
thing hey, the Lord says what in the twinkling of an eye, we're going to be changed. Once that change is done, it's a wrap. Once the change is done, it's like one. Hey, it says what in the scripture, what one shall put 100 to flight, and 10,000. I can't remember 1,000.
Yeah.
I never remember the numbers specifically.
Yeah.
But it's like one man's going to be able to take on a legion, man, and do work. But these are the things that keep Esau up at night. You got more or you don't?
No, let me read Jeremiah 16:16. So it says, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out the holes of the rocks.
Come. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be flipped. Cause like what now is it's fishing, but it's like what? Why is a serpent harmless as a dove? But it says what? Oh, lay hands on. Oh, I can't remember the word. By the thingy of my people Israel.
Oh, Jeremiah, I get vengeance by the hand of my servant.
Yeah. Okay, let me read a bit more of this.
Okay.
Isaiah 47 and 21. Stand now with thine 21, 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Now let the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. Yeah, so all that, and that's the thing is, all that mysticism is making a comeback. And mysticism was big in like the, I think the 19th century as well. Esau's always had a history of going into all these mysticisms. That's why you got guys that have gone on certain levels going into things. But all that you've been given on the left-hand side only goes so far. Just as in Egypt, you had when Moses, the Magi's, were all trying to basically do just the miracles that that Moses did. They were doing them through the left-hand side, which up to a point they could keep up. But then what? It's once it was a wrap. Once they were brought in their fullness, it was over. Egypt was done anyway. All that vanity, what did it avail you in the end? Nothing. And that's the same thing as with Esau now. All these guys on the left hand side, like the brother mentioned before, Bohemian Grove. These guys have their demonic high holy days. We had recently May Day. I can't remember what happened on May Day. Something specific. It might have been the start of this Israel stuff. But yeah, these guys have their high holy days, and that's how they maneuver and plan out certain events. They'll do them around, certain powers, man. But all that is what? So what? Stand now, man. Hold it down, man. That's why same thing going back to Elijah with the the prophets of Baal and then Elijah. Just to fulfill a simple thing. There it was they were screaming for the whole day, man. Nothing came out. But then what, he covered his altar in water, it was doused, drowning, and then the Lord still had it happen easy. Still managed to set a light easy. So that's what it deals with, man. It's like once the tap's cut off on that left hand side, it's a wrap. It says, well, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast laboured, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. You ain't gonna be able to. The judgment's gonna play, man. And that fire, it's that nuclear fire, man. That final great judgment, grand judgment.
It's the book of Leviticus 26 and 6. It says, and I will give peace in the land, and you shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land. And you shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall chase 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
Yeah, 5 put 100 to flight. He's one man's banging out 20 men. And this is the old flesh. This ain't even once that twinkling of an eye happens, it's a wrap, man. That's why Esau has the superhero vibe has been going for a while now. Like what? Almost it's like what, 2000? Well, over 20 years. because you had like the original Spider-Man, X-Men.
Superman in the
Them
70s
things
and
there.
shit. But,
Yeah.
but they kind of, that really, the
It was
wave
a different
caught on.
guy. Yeah, the wave
to-
caught on. It was like X-Men, Spider-Man.
Blade. Let's
And
not
Blade
forget
as well.
Blade was
Yeah,
the
Blade was-
started it,
Yeah,
and Spawn.
yeah, Blade and
So
Spawn.
it's Jake's
yeah,
that
yeah,
really
yeah.
started
Jake,
it.
Jake at
Because
the head.
Spawn movie was ill with Michael J. White.
And then Blade with what's his face? Tax evasion, snipe.
Yeah, and imagine that they're both kind of on the left hand side with it. One's like the
Half
Prince of
vampire.
Hell basically, and another's a
Yeah.
vampire. But then really, it's Jake. That's what Esau sees Jake as. Jake is a scary sight to
A fearsome
a
sight.
fearsome sight.
Which is
towards-
why, yeah, even now,
which is as our father is.
because that's why Esau's been feminizing black men in entertainment for a season. You don't really get too many masculine images of Jake men. Because why? That's a fearsome state onto Esau, man.
As we said before, it's a manifestation of the awesomeness of the Lord. Alright? Let me read this. So this is Ezekiel 25 and 14. It says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury." So we ain't gonna do whatever is gonna happen to Esau Edom in this time. Ain't gonna be done by us. It's gonna be done. Well, it's gonna be done by us. Hopefully,
So why?
us being through the spirit of
Spirit of
Yahweh Shem
Yahweh
Yahshua.
Shem, yeah. 'Cause that's the thing is, this is about the Lord's getting his revenge, yeah. And it's like his anger. That's the thing is, Lord's long suffering. Like for us, there's no remembrance of former things. So for us, it's just what the 30 odd years that we've been on the scene.
Or however you've
30,
been on
40,
the
50, 60, whatever.
Yeah.
That short spell that you've been,
20,
here. But then what is for the Lord? It's been even since Yahweh Shai was put up on the cross. That was what 2 days of alongness, man, enduring basically.
And then-
okay.
I was just gonna say, even the Heavenly Father says that the Lord is angry with the wicked every day.
Mm-hmm.
So he's up there in the heavens, just been angry.
yeah, enduring, because it's like
Going
it's
back to the
about
flood.
the word. The word's gone out. So as such, yeah, he needs to fulfill what's gone out for. Yeah, close up.
Smell like heavy fragrance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't even know.
No, that's not.
I was like, it might be some form
Unless
of plant
the
or
water,
something.
the plant is like someone sprayed it somewhere.
Oh, they just kind of vapor. I don't know what that. Or it could be
Came out of nowhere.
fucking dead bodies. 'Cause they
What,
kind of smell
smelling like
sweet.
that? No.
At a certain level of decay, they have a sweet smell.
Alright then.
I don't even know what I was fucking saying. But you know,
That's what it is, Alright, man.
yeah.
Say all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Al-Fatah, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Till next week, Lord willing, Lord put the spirit on us. Be out here again, man. Shalom.
Shalom.